We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
It's time for our tale of the tape. And first up, they call him SweetHands, Caleb Plant. And they'll have a nice reach advantage. And he'll be facing the Dark Destroyer, Nigel Benn. You can see who has more experience. It's the middleweight division, plenty of power as well as a lot of speed.
Talk about hot seats in the house. I am so lucky to be sat where I am watching this fight live. I can tell my grandkids about this.
And in this corner, it's Caleb SweetHands Plant from the United States of America. And they hold the SCI Continental title. The last time we saw them in action, they suffered a very tough KO. Let's see how they respond here. It's Nigel Benn, the Dark Destroyer from the United Kingdom. The last time we saw them, they won by knockout, looking to do the same here.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from the United States of America, introducing the current Continental Middleweight Champion, SweetHands Caleb Plant. Fighting out of the blue corner, from the United Kingdom, Nigel Benn.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
Todd, it's one of my favorite venues. You can't get a better place to fight.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. We waited a long time, and now we've got this fight. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Looking to land the hook. Neither fighter willing to slow down. You know they have an amazing relationship with their coach. They've been working together for a while now, but it's really paying off. Straight right hand. Once he dropped his gloves, he got caught. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Stiff jab. This boxer is a real book specialist. Their opponent has got to watch out for that. No rest for the weary. Every time they drop their guard, they get, despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Well, we've just taken a big breath, and here we go again. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Can they figure out the combination to this sink?
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
This fighter has a very good win-loss record and will be tough to beat. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. It's all offense all the time. Nice counter. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
You know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Bell, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
The bell rings and we start the third. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Both men step back for just a moment. Nice counter shot. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. That uppercut can't get through. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Good counter punch. Defense is not an option for these two. Missing with the hook. Uppercut misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Back at it in round 4. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Beautiful counter punch. He misses with that jab. A straight right just misses. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. He threw a punch and just got countered. The straight right just misses. How about that time counter shot? These two fighters are made for one another. The straight right just misses. Swing and a miss with that jab. Those counter punches have to hurt. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
There's the bell to start round 5. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Punch, counter punch. You'd like to see more jabs. Big swing and a miss with the hook. Nope, that hook won't score. Nice counter shot. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Swing and a miss with that hook. That counter punch caught him clean. Nigel Benn overwhelmed with power, and down he goes. A big headshot, and he goes down. We have got to see that again in slow motion.
I've got to see that again.
The referee deems they can continue, but this might be a big, not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
Can make or break a fighter.
This is the beginning of round 6. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Look at the hand speed and footwork between these two elite-level middleweights. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. They exchange punches. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Good counter punching. Straight right just misses. His stamina is off the charts. When are we going to see a jab from these two? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. He is down big time on the scores.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Here we go, it's round 7. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Nice slip to avoid the jab. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Fighters landing in these exchanges, judges going to have a tough job.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That jab doesn't find a home. And that hook misses. Which fighter will say no mas? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
And we enter the 8th round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked.
Heavy shots, and Nigel Benn goes down. That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it.
A shot from the gods took him out.
it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Catch and shoot. They've got to pick things up halfway through the round here.
Not the best start, but you know what? The cornermen, now it's down for them doing their job. Get through the round, regroup, right, freshen up, boom. Different tactics.
Beautiful counter shot. And he scores with the counter. The straight right just misses. Incredible work rate. Can't find a home for that jab. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
You're being put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
And there's the bell for round 9. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he does that, I'll be very, very surprised.
They both want the knockout. A perfect counter lands. Caleb Plant just got clipped. And apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
Defense is everything, because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Well done with that counter shot. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. The right hook just missed. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. These two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
There's a lot on the line here.
And here comes the 10th round. That 1 minute break surely wasn't enough for him to completely recover.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Caleb Plant is hurt. good his chin was, but no one's chin standing up to that shot.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
Good, look at his corner, look for the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make your way back to the corner. Somehow get to the end of the round.
There's a counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Perfect counter shot. So final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. No surprise as we get a unanimous decision there.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson. I totally agree.